This video is brought to you by the Heritage Lottery-funded Isle of Owston and Hatfield Chase Landscape Partnership. The video reconstruction is of Owston Castle in Owston Ferry, or sometimes it's known as St Kinaird Castle. Motte-and-bailey castles are medieval fortifications introduced into Britain by the Normans. There are over 600 motte castles and motte-and-bailey castles recorded nationally. Owston Castle was one of many castles built soon after the Norman conquest. The castle was built in a strategic position in order to control the major waterways of the Humber wetlands. A motte-and-bailey castle is a fortification with a wooden or stone keep situated on a raised earthwork called a motte, which was usually enclosed by a bailey. The castle was typically surrounded by a protective ditch and palisade. Owston Castle is believed to have been an entirely wooden structure owned by Geoffrey de Wers, Lord of Owston, at some point after 1086, as it isn't recorded in the Domesday Book. The first documentary reference to the castle appears in 1095, when the castle was partially dismantled during the rebellion against King William II. The castle's strategic location in the Lower Trent Valley would have afforded control of the cross-Trent ferry and access in and out of the Isle of Owston. During the revolt against Henry II, between 1173 and 1174, Owston Castle was refortified and became the stronghold of Roger de Mowbray, who was a supporter of Henry II's cause. After rebellion against the Plantagenets in 1174, the castle was taken and slighted by royal forces led by Geoffrey Plantagenet. Geoffrey was the illegitimate son of Henry II, who was Bishop-elect of Lincoln and later Archbishop of York. An archaeological watching brief was conducted in May 1995 of the motte-and-bailey castle site. 5 phases of history were identified. Phase 1. An undated phase, likely to be natural water channels cutting into alluvial clays. Phase 2. A series of post pits were recorded, dated from 1070 to 1095. These are thought to be a palisade associated with a walking or fighting platform. Phase 3. Dated to a possible 1173 to 1174. The palisade has now been partially removed and a rampart reformed with compacted red clays. Phase 4. An undated phase, possibly showing the disposal of ash and clay refuge into a hollow. Alternatively, it could be the deliberate surfacing of an occupied area. Phase 5. An undated phase, extensive deposits of mixed clay contained late 10th to 13th century pottery overlain by topsoil. Unphased feature. A possible ditch in the east face of the excavation contained a single sherd of Roman greyware, probably from the 2nd century, but this may have been residual. The watching brief report concluded that closely datable deposits of the 11th to 12th centuries survive in the vicinity. The palisade position confirms the idea that Church Street follows the northern course of the outer moat, which was filled in no earlier than the late 12th century.